Hey guys, this is Pete with Crunch Time Coaching, and what a crazy match. Roger Federer had just lost to Donskoy. I can't even say it right. 117 ranked in the world. So how do you pull off the biggest upset ever of your life and beat a living legend? You get down a set, and then you keep playing from behind. You get down 5-2 in the second set tiebreaker, and you just start routing off winners. And then you get down, I think, 5-2 again in the third set tiebreaker. And then you just rattle off some more winners and then have Roger finish with a wide forehand, which was disappointing because if you're a Fed fan, you know that sometimes that's what he can do on big points. But Roger, man, that was crazy because just yesterday I'm saying, well, Roger has to be considered the hottest player on the tour, and then this guy comes and makes us upset. I don't even know why I started this. I'm at a loss for words. This guy came out of nowhere. I think I've seen this guy play maybe one time. Think about this: 117 in the world, comes in and plays a living legend who just won the Australian Open and just stands toe-to-toe with him. So here's what I saw. Let me get into a little match analysis. Let me get out of my shocked and dazed phase here, because I'm a big Federer fan, so I'm just a little shocked at this. Happy for the other guy, though. I think it's a great win. I think it's making even for more interesting 2017. You know, there's so many stories this year, and this is another one. And so I'm happy for this guy. And what the match I saw is whenever he got down, he played better, and he would go for his shots more. He was able to redirect a lot of Federer's strong serves. Like, one thing Federer loves to do on big points, which we talked about, is go out wide to the forehand on the deuce side, and this guy would cut off the angle, and he'd pound some winners up the line on some huge points right off the return, redirect all the pace from Roger. And Roger also was trying to dominate a lot of points, trying to force the issue, and he'd come with a flurry of like 3 or 4 balls to where he's moving the guy back and forth across the court, and then Donskoy was a little behind the point, and then all of a sudden he'd be able to kind of catch up and make the point neutral, and then he'd all of a sudden go on offense. So he was able to defend like 3 or 4 really good shots from Roger, to where you would typically be able to see Roger come up with a winner by that point, or be able to sneak in and hit volleys, which Roger did a lot of in the match anyway. He was very aggressive. He didn't play that bad, came in behind a lot of his shots, but this guy was able to fight off a lot of Roger's firepower, neutralize the point, and then come up with a winner. He had an incredible two-handed backhand. When you're watching him play, you're thinking, how in the world is this guy 117 in the world? Because he's so solid. I mean, almost no weakness. His serve was pretty good, and his ground strokes, not just like, okay, they're solid for a pro. They were solid, and they were fairly big off both sides. He had a lot of firepower off the forehand and the backhand, could hit winners off either side. Extremely fit. They were in the third set, which started to become a stressful and longer match the more it went on. 2 7-6 sets, and playing from behind, you would think you'd start to see some fatigue, but this guy was able to stand again with Roger toe to toe the whole time, and come through and win this match. And you're just wondering, it's not like this guy's a spring chicken either. He's been on the tour for a little while. So you're wondering, where has this guy been all this time? Why is he 117 in the world? And the simple answer is there's just so many darn good players. There's just so many good players, and today shows us again how very little separates some of these guys. On any given day, like they say, on any given day, anyone can beat anyone out there on the tour, and this just proves it. You're so used to seeing Roger win all the time and go to the semifinals and go to the finals. And you just take it for granted that, you think he's playing a bunch of chumps all the time to get to the semifinals and the finals. And no, he's playing great players, and he's been able to do it for so long and always show up at the finals, semifinals, to where we take it for granted. But there's a lot of talent out there, guys. There's a lot of talent. If you go to any of these tournaments and you watch them all hitting on the practice courts and you look them on the back courts, and you can't really tell much of a difference in the way they're all hitting the ball. They're all just outstanding players. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens with this guy. I'd like to hear your predictions. What do you think is going to happen with Donskoy going on in this tournament and the year? Is this going to be a breakout tournament for him, or is this going to be what happens to a lot of these guys when they have a big win? It's like it's overwhelming to them almost. They put so much mental energy into a match like today. Are they going to be able to come back the next day and play, or are they going to lose a lot of focus and go out the next round? That's what happens a lot, is after they have a big win like this, next day they're out. So let me know predictions. Murray played earlier today. He looked incredibly solid against Lopez. Again, when I was watching that match, I'm going, there's so much talent. And how amazing is Murray, because he destroyed this guy, beat him like 1-2 or something like that. And Lopez, to me, looked like he was trying hard the whole time. He looked like he was playing solid points. His ground strokes looks awesome. His backhand looked great, although Murray kept going there and was picking on it and won a lot of points off of attacking the backhand. But the guy's backhand looked awesome, a beautiful one-hander. And but Murray looks really solid. So you'd have to figure now at the Dubai Open that Murray becomes the clear favorite. He looks very fit. He looks very determined. I'm going to go on record and say he's going to win the tournament. I'm also going to say that Donskoy is going to win maybe one more match and then be out. I don't think he's going to keep this level of play up. That's the challenge, is can you do it day in and day out? And so I'm going to say he can't, that this was just an incredible day for him, and congratulations. And then later on today, we have Del Potro. I want to know your picks for this. Del Potro versus Djokovic. And I think that's going to be a great match. They've always had big battles. It's about Djokovic being able to cover the whole court back and forth, being able to defend, being able to maybe find Del Potro's backhand, and it's about Del Potro being able to dominate with the forehand. So we'll see who wins out there. Comment, let me know. If you let me know who's going to win both of the Acapulco tournament and the Dubai duty-free tournament, you win a free copy of Serving A to Z. So I am an online instructor. If you don't know me, it seems like we've got some vacuuming outside of the door here, so I'm going to turn off. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video.